Hey everybody, welcome to another video of the Stoltz Farm YouTube channel. It's a new day. It's Sunday today, and we're at about 8 in the morning right now, getting ready for a long day of farming, hopefully. Full day in the life again today. Lots of stuff to do. We're kind of, in the low hundreds of acres done this year so far for planting. Had a lot of rain on Monday and Tuesday this last week. And we're just kind of now dried out. We've been doing stuff in the yard, little repairs, little yard stuff here and there, kind of getting ready for things to dry out and get going again. That day is today, about 6 days later. Ready to get after it today, hopefully, if things dried out yesterday. Yesterday was almost 80 degrees here in North Dakota, which is pretty warm for early May. And hopefully that, along with today's 80-degree weather and wind, will dry things out significantly. We're hopefully going to get a lot of land spread today with the Terragator and get that tilled in with the selfer disc and the cultivators. Maybe seed, maybe just kind of wait that out for later in the week and get a lot of ground ready to seed today. That might be kind of the name of the game as we go. Things always change as the day unfolds. Today will probably be no different. Thank you for joining me for another one, and let's get started. So tractors are on the move now. We did go out and kind of check the fields with the truck, and things are still a little bit sticky. We did get a couple inches of rain this last week. Only 5 days ago is when it really started getting dry, and only the last 2 have been warm. So it is drying pretty slower than we'd like. We're kind of struggling on the fence of what exactly to start doing. The cultivator just pulled out of the yard. My dad's gonna go circle a couple pieces, eyeball things, see what we can do in a field over to the south that possibly is a little bit drier. That's gonna be a barley field, and spreading that would be nice as well today. We'll see what we can do though. As far as field work, I might not really get in the field until afternoon. Maybe this 80-degree and windy day is gonna dry things out pretty quick. That's what we're hoping. For now, we're gonna kind of move and prepare some things here in the yard. He's gonna go out with the cultivator. I have the Peterbilt semi pulled up here, and we're gonna empty the front hopper of fertilizer into the old Ford truck that we use to fill the air seeder with fertilizer. Going to first fill the air seeder up with fertilizer to kind of make a little bit more room. Hopefully everything fits from the Peterbilt to that truck, so we are able to have the Peterbilt empty, and that's gonna go up and get some fertilizer for the spreader maybe tomorrow or sometime this week. So that's kind of the hope, to clear out room in the semi so we can actually haul stuff from town with it. And then, the air seeder will be ready for maybe tomorrow or Tuesday as well for when we get out to seed some wheat. Keep you updated on the field situation. We'll see what it is. For now, we'll kind of play it by ear and see what the man in the cultivator says in an hour or so. to get some rocks. It is about 1 o'clock. We're kind of just waiting for things to dry out a little bit. Things are drying quick. Some of the areas that we checked this morning are now looking a lot drier. But if we just are a little bit patient, we don't have to go around wet spots, then come back and do those later. We just wait it out till the whole thing's dry. We can go right through everything and probably be more efficient in the long run. That's kind of what we're doing and where we're at. We have one cultivator out in the field on a barley piece, and I'm going to go get rocks on that field as well, and hopefully get the spreader out and some more disking or cultivating done tonight. We'll see how things continue to dry out, but that's kind of the plan for now. On hold, so we can really be efficient and let things dry out completely. All right, middle of the afternoon, we're in the field now, got the rocks picked. That whole field cultivated about down there in the hills to the south, and now I'm out here with the Salford disc, getting ready to disc this field. We've spread this one already, just kind of let the rain push that fertilizer in last week. So this is spread, but we're still gonna need to work the ground before planting here. So I am going to do that. It dried out enough, we think, to be able to get all of it, minus maybe like one tiny little part that we kind of never get every year because it's always wet. Otherwise, should be good to go. I'll do my best to stay out of any wet spots if we do find any, but you know, this thing goes pretty quick, so I believe just gonna rip out this field and get her done. I was planning on a time lapse outside of the tractor, but it is like 20 to 30 mile an hour winds today here in the state, so we're gonna film from inside the tractor, get this disking done, and actually accomplish some field work today. That field's complete. A little bit more tonight, but we're going to transition to tomorrow in the video. Stay tuned for more. Back at it tomorrow. All right, folks, we're back at it again the next day. 80 something degrees today. I think it's like 83. The wind still going, which, you know, is a little annoying if you're a kid playing outside, but it is really good for drying stuff here at the farm. Finished up that field with the Salford disc the other day. There were some spots that wasn't going deep enough, so we're hitting some spots with the cultivator, going over it again to try to get a little deeper and move a little bit more dirt. That's something we might have to monitor as we go on with this whole process, is making sure the Salford is the right choice for the job. I'm gonna be in the other twin today, not the 8870 like yesterday, but the 8770 with the cultivator. I'm gonna be hitting another piece that is pretty close over by that field that I did yesterday in the video. Before I head out to the tractor for the afternoon, I'm going to fill the air seeder with wheat. We filled it with fertilizer yesterday, and that was kind of to clear some space around for the semi. We didn't exactly know what crop we were going to be seeding next. Didn't want to fill a full tank if we were going to switch to barley or something. It looks like it's going to be wheat, so I'll fill that back hopper with wheat seed. Shouldn't take too long. I got to pull the 9520 around and get it all filled up. What's going on, everybody? It is the next day. So this is day 3 of the video. This one kind of spanning over a few different days. The main reason for that being kind of doing the same thing over and over again for a couple days in a row as far as cultivating or disking back and forth, and you can only film so many angles and clips of that. But we are making progress in the cultivating department. Finished that piece I was on yesterday, finished that last night. The air seeder is out right now. This time my dad's in the air seeder and he is seeding some more wheat. We're hitting a field that is already cultivated and ready, and then I believe we're gonna switch over to barley and do that for a little bit. Kind of hop back and forth between these small grains. It's typically what we do: wheat, barley, canola. It'd be nice to do all of one at a time, but the land where we have to rotate those crops to put them in isn't always ready, you know, at the perfect time. So sometimes we do have to switch crops. We'll do some wheat and then go to barley probably tomorrow or later this week. I'm going to cultivate a couple little patches today, but actually some stuff's still a little bit wet. We need to spread the ground that I'm going to cultivate, which will kind of be bigger pieces that we'll seed. But a lot of that's still like a little bit sticky, and we want one more day to dry it off. It's still 70-something degrees today and windy, so it'll dry quick, but we need this extra time before the Terragator gets out there and spreads fertilizer. I am gonna cultivate some little patches today. First, I'm gonna service this cultivator just a little bit, change some shovels, things like that need to be done on it before we can get it out there to make it work a little bit better and do a better job. So I'm gonna get to work on that, some shovel changing, check back in later, I guess, probably when I'm out in the field again. So I actually ended up changing all of the shovels. It was something like 55, 60 shovels, I think. So those are all new now. And, you know, like I said before, it'll work a lot better for what we need, I guess. And hopefully that does the trick and I didn't miss any. But we're not gonna head out to the field. We're just gonna let that stuff dry right now. And, you know, the planter's going, we're getting wheat in the ground. Cultivator's all ready. It's only about 6:15 right now. So I'm going to put away this cultivator and go park it out back where we park all the tractors. Then I'll head out with the side-by-side and grab some rocks that were found during this wheat planting process. Stay tuned. And that'll do it for another video, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me for this one. Got a lot done in the video and this week. Some drier weather finally after rain early last week. Able to get field work done in the field, spring rolling right along, some wheat planting, cultivating, disking, rock picking, the whole shebang. Comment on the video if you like this one. Give it a like maybe. For sure, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're not already, and join me for the next one as well. Thank you so much for the support, everybody, and I'll catch you later.